My name is Abdul Kalam, and I welcome you all to CISSP with Abdul Kalam. I'm excited to be your CISSP trainer and would love to share my skills and experience with you. Let us now look at public key infrastructure or PKI. Now, why do we need PKI? Let us assume we have a user. The user is opening a browser, and using the browser, the user is connecting to a website using HTTPS. It is a secure web connection. So the web server, it will share the public key of that particular website to the user's browser. For the web server and for the website, a public key private key pair has already been created, and for communication, for secure communication using asymmetric cryptography, the website has to share its public key with the browser, and the browser will use that public key. Now here the fundamental question is, when the user's browser is receiving the public key, how does it know that the public key actually belongs to the website itself? Because anybody can give a public key to the user's browser and say that it is coming from the website. An attacker can do that. An attacker can send a false public key to the user and say it belongs to the website. So validating the public key or correctly authenticating the public key or making sure that the public key actually belongs to that particular entity, making sure of that is very important when it comes to asymmetric cryptographic communications. And that is why we use a PKI. Under PKI, there is a certification authority that issues digital certificates to entities like websites. And the digital certificate will contain the public key. The digital certificate will be sent to the user's browser, and the user's browser will validate that particular digital certificate. So the CA that is issuing the certificate is actually saying that that particular public key belongs to the website. So everybody trusts the CA. CA is trusted by everybody. So since the CA is trusted by everyone, the user's browser also trusts the digital certificate issued by the CA. And now the user's browser is sure that the public key that is contained within the digital certificate, it belongs to the website itself. So digital certificates are used to authenticate the public key, to make sure that that public key belongs to a particular entity, and the CA actually vouches for the public key, or the CA says that the public key contained within the digital certificate belongs to a particular entity. So we have said that under PKI we have a certification authority. Certification authority issues digital certificates, and the digital certificate will contain the public key of that particular entity. And actually the certification authority is assuring that that public key belongs to that particular entity. So we said digital certificates are issued to any entity. Now the entity can be users, it can be machines, it can be a URL, it can be emails, or it can be developers. For the purpose of code signing, developers can use digital certificates, and it can be assigned to wildcard names. So an example of a wildcard name is given here. This is a certificate that is issued to star.google.com. So this is valid for any name that ends with google.com. So there are different types of entities for which you can issue a digital certificate, and digital certificate will contain the public key of that particular entity. Now digital certificates They are based on a standard known as X.509. This is a certificate standard which contains the information related to digital certificates. Now let us see how it works. So you have the website, you have the web server in which the website is installed, and this website is managed by the IT of the organization. Now the IT of the organization, they will create a public key, private key pair for the website. So let us say in this example, we are creating a private key, public key pair for the URL. And the public key for that URL will be shared with the registration authority. The registration authority will do a ID verification of the organization. So the organization that owns the web server and the website, their identity verification will be done by the registration authority. And then the process goes to the certification authority. Certification authority will issue the digital certificate for that particular entity. In this case, our entity is a website. So, practically speaking, registration authority and certification authority will be one organization, but these are two different roles. The role of a registration authority will do the identity verification of the organization that is requesting for the certificate, and the actual issuing of the certificate will be done by the certification authority. So a typical example of a digital certificate is given here. So this is a digital certificate for star.google.com, which is a wildcard digital certificate. So the name to which the certificate is issued will be mentioned there. And what is the name of the certification authority that is issuing the certificate? The certificate will be valid for a particular time period. That will be mentioned there. And the certification authority will calculate a digital signature of the digital certificate. And that is captured here. So this digital certificate will be verified by the user's browser. So the user's browser will verify all these things. And every digital certificate, it contains a serial number. So every certificate that is issued contains a unique serial number. Not only that, you can see the public key. So you can see the public key of google.com. That is the public key of star.google.com. That is what is shown here. The public key of that entity or the public key of the subject will be mentioned here. I hope the video was useful to you. Thank you all for watching this video.